Welcome to the Horror Next Door. This is going to be our 2021 Letterboxd wrap-up video. Just thought it'd be cool to share all our stats with you. So let's get to it. So, Hellcat, how many movies do you think we watched in 2021?
What? I have no idea.
212. We watched 212 movies, which is 341 hours. So, films by the week. 212 films watched, an average of 17 a month, average of 4 per week. The most we watched were on Saturday, then obviously Sunday and Friday. I think the highest during the week was Wednesday, which is interesting because Mondays suck and Tuesdays have no feel. So the next page is our highest rated films. These are the movies that we gave the highest ratings to. I guess these are all 5 stars. Got some classics in there, don't you think?
Yeah, I think one thing I would just add quickly is that, and if you watched our prior What We Watched videos, you would know, but I have my own separate Letterboxd that I log everything on, and then we kind of just log all of our horror movies on the Horror Next Door letterbox. These ratings, however, do not always reflect my rating. We try to reach a happy medium when we're rating things on the Horror Next Door, because technically it is both of us. But yeah, I just wouldn't have given 8mm a 5. I'm just noticing that right now. So
8mm is great.
I think everything else looks good, and these are some really good movies, so that's cool.
By the way, these are our highest rated movies that weren't released in 2021. I forgot to say that. So these are all movies that are prior to 2021, highest rated. Next is the highest rated movies of 2021. And yes, Mortal Kombat is on there. I rated it for shits, but I know it's not a horror movie, but whatever, it's on there. And the crime scene thing is a documentary, but no 5s. And I changed the rating for Halloween Kills to a 3.5. I believe it's a 3.5 now.
Yeah, so we rewatched that and we're rethinking our rating. Yeah, Willy's Wonderland was fun. Malignant was a blast. I can't remember what I rated Army of the Dead, but I don't think it's on par with the other things we gave a 3.5. Neither is the Cecil Hotel thing, because Netflix documentaries are super like that. I just feel like all their crime documentaries are formatted very similarly, and they're very up and down. Sometimes they're super boring and sometimes they're super awesome. So yeah, I definitely think like Censor, the new VHS, Malignant, Willy's Wonderland. And yeah, we did just watch Halloween Kills. It was definitely less impressive the second time around and not in the theater. We still like it. We still like it.
It has its good moments.
And man, haters on Mortal Kombat. I know that's not horror, but come on, it's fun. If you love those games, you gotta like it.
So what do you think the first movie we watched in 2021 and what the last movie we watched in 2021?
I would never remember that. I would never know that whatsoever. Why even ask me?
So the first movie we watched on January 1st was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the last movie was the original Night of the Living Dead, December 27th.
Couple of classics.
So this just shows a breakdown of all the movies we watched that are 2021 releases versus older releases, and how many movies we watched versus rewatching. So 24 of them were from 2021, 188 were from before 2021, 62 movies we rewatched, and we watched 150 for the first time, which is quite a lot. So, who do you think is our most watched actor or actress?
I did think about this. The only ones that I actually thought about were the director and the actor, because I didn't know that when you pay, you get this much information. And I was just thinking about, I was like, okay, we started rewatching the Harry Potter movies, but those aren't horror, and we didn't finish them before 2022, so I'm like, it's not going to be anything like that. And then I just, we were kind of going through some of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and I was just trying to remember stuff we watched, and we watched all the Resident Evil movies. So basically, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be Mila, whatever you want to say, and her hubs for actors and directors.
So yes, Milla Jovovich is the most watched actor or star that we watched, because we watched all the Resident Evil films, because Hellcat hadn't seen them all. So I said, you know what? Screw it, let's watch them all.
I forgot to say that. The other one I thought of was that we watched all the Puppet Master movies, and I was gonna say, is it gonna be Charles Band or something? But he's just because he produced them doesn't mean he's like a director or anything. And we watched the Phantasm movies.
Yeah, so to quickly run through these, Milla Jovovich was from all the Resident Evil movies, and then Guy Rolfe was from all the Puppet Master movies we watched and Dolls.
That is super interesting.
Robert Englund from some of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies we watched and Dead and Buried.
See, I kind of remembered some stuff.
And then A. Michael Baldwin from all the Phantasm movies, and then Ian Glenn from the Resident Evil movies. And then the bottom row is Angus Scrimm from the Phantasm movies, Reggie Bannister also from the Phantasm movies, George Buck Flower from 2 of the Puppet Master movies, Maniac Cop and Tammy and the T-Rex, thanks to Joe Bob. And then Gillian Jacobs from the Fear Street trilogy and Come Play.
Ooh, honey, we need to talk to your agent. Ugh.
And then Ali Larter from the Resident Evil movies. So a lot of people from Resident Evil, a lot of people from Phantasm. It happens when you watch a giant series.
Dude, I think it's so cool that Guy Rolfe is up there. Like, what? And yay, Robert.
So these are the highest rated stars, which I think it's funny because, I mean, all of these say pretty much 5.0, but it's funny that they have Robert Shea as the top one, even though he's not an actor. He's a producer. He just happens to be in some of the Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. So you got Robert Shea from Nightmare 4, Freddy vs. Jason, New Nightmare. Danny Lloyd, who was in The Shining and apparently is in Dr. Sleep somewhere. Jim Sido from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2. Dick Warlock from Halloween 2 and 3. Nancy Keys from Halloween 2 and 3. Jonathan Terry from Halloween 3 and Return of the Living Dead. Tuesday Night from Nightmare 4 and the New Nightmare, apparently. She has a cameo or something. Michael Curry from Halloween 3 and Dead and Buried. Fran Bennett from New Nightmare and 8mm. And then our boy, John Saxon from Black Christmas, New Nightmare, and From Dusk Till Dawn. So these are the most watched directors. Hellcat was technically right when she said Paul W.S. Anderson, because he's pretty much tied for first. I don't know how to pronounce some of these people's names. Probably going to butcher them. David Dicato from the Puppet Master movies. Paul W.S. Anderson from all the Resident Evil movies, pretty much, except for one, I think. Don Coscarelli from the Phantasm movies. William Lustig from the Maniac Cop series. Brian Usna from The Dentist 1 and 2 and Bride of Reanimator, which I totally forgot we watched Bride of Reanimator. Then Leah Janik, who directed the Fear Street trilogy.
Ugh.
Just not excited about the Fear Street trilogy. Jeff Burr, who did 2 of the Puppet Master movies and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Darren Lynn Bousman, who did Abattoir, Spiral, and Death of Me.
Yikes.
And then Charles Band, who did a bunch of the Puppet Master movies. And then, I don't even know how to say this one.
Timo Jahanto or something.
Who did VHS 94 and Killers. Well, he did one of the segments in VHS 94.
Oh, man. That Killers movie was gnarly.
Highest rated directors. Again, it's just a bunch of 5.0s here. We have Tobe Hooper, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2. Stanley Kubrick, The Shining.
Yun Sang-ho,
who did Train to Busan. Mike Flanagan, who did Dr. Sleep. Rob Reiner, who did Misery. Bob Clark, Black Christmas. Rick Rosenthal, Halloween 2. Tommy Lee Wallace, Halloween 3. Ronnie Yu, Freddy vs. Jason. And Dan O'Bannon, Return of the Living Dead. Oh, so the next 2 slides were just random most watched crews and like studios and stuff. It's like a bunch of random stuff. The only thing that I thought was neat was the studios. Apparently we watched 9 Screen Gems movies, which I think most of them are the Resident Evil movies. I'm not sure what the other ones were. And 9 New Line Cinema, which is pretty much all the Nightmare on Elm Streets and probably Freddy vs. Jason and stuff.
Full Moon Entertainment. All right.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think the most popular movie is that we watched?
Well, because I have no idea what every single movie we watched in 2021 is. I really have no way of saying. But based on the highest rated films slide, I guess I would just guess The Shining for both of those things, because I don't really, I have no idea of everything else we watched.
Well, you would be correct.
The most popular and the highest rated.
It's not it's not the highest rated, but it's the most popular movie we watched.
So what's the most
Well, actually, technically, the highest average rating is the same average rating as the most popular movie, but for some reason it listed 2 different movies.
So I'm kind of right. So what is it then? Oh,
Memories of Murder is the highest average, even though it has the same rating. Lowest average was Puppet Master: The Legacy.
I remember.
Old clips. And then most obscure.
Shout out Kevin Kangas. Whoop whoop.
And that's it. Anything else you would like to add?
Well, I guess it's cool to see that much detailed information. I don't pay for my Letterboxd, so this kind of makes me wish I did, just out of sheer curiosity, but I'm surprised we watched that many. I kind of felt like we were slacking a little bit in 2021. I don't think I'm alone when I say the whole year kind of just felt sort of weird and off, but we did go through a decent amount of, film series or like franchises, and rewatched a lot of good stuff that we love. And Letterboxd isn't everything, but I do feel like there's some movies where people are just super brutal and unfair for some weird reason, and then there are other movies where people just love it and I'm confused about why. It is a really fun way to track what you've been watching, and I don't know, I just feel like if I go on there and look at certain tags or reviews or even just what date I watched something, it like brings up memories. So I don't know, that was definitely fun just to see everything.
Yeah, my favorite part is just logging everything. I could really care less about the ratings. I just like that, to look back and say, oh, that's what we watched, and then it was fun to watch a horror movie every day for October. I thought that was really fun.
I mean, we practically do that anyway, but yeah. I mean, the fact that we watched 212 just horror is kind of insane to me. I wonder how much I watched if you look at all mine.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoyed watching our quick little recap. As always, if you don't already follow us over there on Letterboxd, you can follow The Horror Next Door. If you liked the video, give us a quick like. If you're not subscribed, please do. We'd love to be friends. Enjoy your horror movie viewing fun, fellow horror fans.